Hey, welcome back to Port vs. Standard. It's been a while. Missed you guys. Um, it's been a hell of a ride the last couple months. Looking for a house, finding a car, ending a relationship, a little bit of sickness, that kind of thing. So yeah, I apologize that I haven't been here. I haven't done this in I don't know how many months. Probably since honestly, I haven't really put my heart into this since probably October. And for that, I apologize. For those of you that are watching this, thank you. Um, but you're not here to hear about me. You're here to, you know, talk about stocks, the market in general. So I'm going to do that. We're going to do that. So what I have up is the 6 month, 1 day chart of the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF. And as you noticed, these are each candle represents a day, and we've gone up from 480 all the way down to almost 400 over the last 6 months. It's an insane drop, and you're looking at the Nasdaq and things like that, and you're in bear markets. There's a lot of things that are happening that are causing this, and we're going to get into those. But this is rough. You're if you're still even paying attention to the markets at this point, there's a couple things I want to discuss with you, but a lot of people aren't. They've lost so much. The pain is so real. They're not even paying attention. They've sold out. They're done. It's over. But yeah, they gave up, and a lot of YouTubers gave up, and a lot of the big YouTubers are telling you that yeah, this is harsh. This sucks. They haven't seen markets like this ever. It's been 7 months of down, down, down. Yeah, there's no real good way to say it. And this chart shows you that it's not just, whatever it is you're looking at. It's the whole market. The S&P 500, the Russell, the Dow, all of it. All of it's down. All of it's down significantly. You're looking at double digit percentage losses in every single index you can find. You don't need me to tell you that. If you're in the markets at all, you felt it. You've seen it. You know firsthand how much this sucks. I put over $3,000 in the account over the last week, and I'm down 3,500. It is what it is. I bought a shit ton of stocks. I haven't bought a lot of options lately. That's because the long stocks right now are at such deep, deep discount prices that it makes more sense to buy those than any type of short term option with the volatility of the market. You stand to make a lot of money if you could predict things, but that's the problem is the prediction. Basically, what I came on to say today is that it hurts. Physically, it hurts to see your money just evaporate, disappear, be gone. Looking for answers, trying to figure out is this the bottom? When is it going to stop? When is the bleeding going to stop? It's been so long since I've seen green. There was one green day after Jerome Powell, and then it was all immediately evaporated. What do I do in this market? How do I make money? How can I mean, it sucks. There's no sugarcoating it. This is drink worthy. But you're not alone. No one is solely responsible for it, and no one is able to hide from it. There's there's nowhere to hide. There's no safe haven anymore. You have a couple few things that I want to hit on, and maybe it'll shine some light on things. You have the price of oil going up because of things that are happening in Ukraine. You have interest rates going up, which is affecting the housing market. You have house rates going up because of the lack of supply in the housing market. Between the lack of supply and the interest rates on mortgages going up, you may very well see a crash. Not a huge crash, not a 2008 type style crash, but houses today, you may see $150,000 house lose $15,000 worth of value, 10%, maybe. $400,000 houses, you might see anywhere between a 10 and 20% loss of value because a 3% mortgage that we had the luxury of having for so many years goes up to 6%. You double the interest. Your $2,000 a month payment on a house is now a over $3,000 house payment every month. Everyone can't afford those numbers. I can't afford those numbers. I don't want to be house poor. So you've got a lot of things to think about. Different asset classes, everything's going down. There's really no hedge against it at this point. Even crypto markets, everything. It's just red. It's all red. The pain is the point. There's a lot of things going on right now where it hurts physically to lose that much money, everyone who's invested. But if you look back at every bear market, every single time, there has not been a single time where there has been a bear market that hasn't gone through a correction phase and then fixed and gone up higher than it started. COVID, 2008 housing crisis, 2001, 9/11, all that, the stock bubble with the tech companies, 1987, the 70s, the Great Depression, Black Tuesday, every single time. Doesn't matter. Some companies, some stocks don't make it through. Absolutely. That's 100% true. Other companies, your Apples, your Googles, your Microsofts, they were penny stocks at one point. Apple was under $6, $5, somewhere in there for a long time. It Apple went, I believe, Apple went from like a $6 stock to like a $2 stock during one of these crashes. Lost 66% of its value. If you bought it, you'd be sitting real pretty right now. So people who tell you, these growth stocks are all going to go to zero, collectibles are going to go to zero, everything's going to zero. The fear is the point. They want you so afraid that everything is coming to an end, the world is going to end, everything's going to close down, you are going to have to fight for yourself. The only part of that that's true is that you should fight for yourself. You should fight for every inch. You should make sure that you don't sell out at a bottom of a market. It could go lower tomorrow. This isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you that it is. I am telling you that history repeats itself. And I am telling you that we've gone through markets like this. Not exactly like this, but we've gone through bear markets before. Is stagflation a concern? Absolutely. Does every single market downturn have concerns and that's why you're in a market downturn? 100%. Do do they always correct and come back? Every time so far. Is this going to be different? I don't know the future, but my money's on history repeating itself, which is why I invested $3,000 over the last week only to lose 3,500. I bought more shares. I did. I know buying into the dip sucks. I felt that pain when I clicked the buy button just to see. I bought Coinbase this week at 120 bucks. I was like, that's a hell of a deal. That's ridiculous. Dropped down to 115. I bought more Coinbase. It's at 104. I bought two more shares at 103. I've been buying Coinbase since it was $220. It's at $104. And I'm still buying it because I'm not afraid that Coinbase is going to go to zero. I'm not. There's a bunch of stocks like that. There are stocks that are down 70, 80% right now. Some of them probably won't make it. Some of them will go to zero. But if you've done your research, if you know what you're talking about, if you know these companies, there are so many companies right now that even I own personally. that are worth less per share than there are actual than their assets minus liabilities right now. Like if you took all their liabilities and their debt and you subtracted it and they had what's remaining were assets and you sold those assets, if you just sold those assets and doled it out to the shareholders, that stock price would be more per share than their actual shares are valued at right now. It is a wildly inaccurate market. The pain is there, and it's the point. They want you to feel pain. They want you scared. They want you out of the market so that they can, you know, inflate these things later. They being, the hedge funds, the people who do this for a living, the ones that get special rules. They want you to feel that pain because they want you out of the market until they're ready. It's all a very, very meticulously planned mental game, and no one really knows for sure when it's going to stop. But I do know that it will, and I do know these things will come back. So if you are invested in good companies, don't sell those companies when they're this low. Get out of margin. Don't have margin debt right now because if it keeps going lower, you're going to get margin called. You're going to be forced to sell at these low, low prices, and that's not what you want. So you have to, be on a swivel, be ready to adapt, change, that kind of thing. If you're not buying right now, okay, I get it. I understand. But for the love of God, do not sell. Don't sell. Just don't do it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not advising you financially, but if it were me, I'm not selling. I don't know how close we are to a bottom, but I'm relatively confident we are real close to a bottom. I have to believe that. And if we're not, and if we do go into a depression, not even a recession, but a depression, we're not near the bottom at this point. But if I were to guess, I'd say we're probably within 30 days of a bottom. And if you're still with me, March 11th will tell you whether or not we're done with this because you'll see inflation data and see if it's still increasing or if it started to decrease. If inflation numbers come back higher, even still, you're going to see more pain. If they start to subside a little, you're going to see very green things very quickly. So be ready. You've got a couple days. With that, it's good to see everyone. It's good to talk to you. It's good to start this up again. It feels good. I'm happy to be back. And even if market conditions aren't all that great, and you feel like you need someone to talk to because it's depressing and sad to watch your account value just tank. I'm down well over 50% in my holdings. My account value, you remember, was over 38,000 at one point. We're down under 15,000. Money I've put in over 20,000 in this account at this point, and we're still down. I'm down my own money at this point. All my gains have been wiped out. So please don't take financial advice from a guy who's lost money. But I'm not worried. I'm not scared. I feel the pain. I do. It sucked putting in that money just to watch. It was the South Park episode, and it's gone. Like that's what happened to me this week, and I'm okay with it. I didn't invest money I needed. I invested money I was willing to lose, and technically, I lost it. But I still have the underlying shares. I didn't buy options with it. So I just wanted to get this out there and hope everyone's doing okay. Hope you're doing well. So be well, trade safe, and enjoy yourselves.